Step by step on business. That's on my mama, watch me spin on me and split, now I can't feel it. We in the trap, we sold the city on my biddy. Take these diamonds off and show you how we lit it.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Before the Horn Podcast. I am your host, Dino. As well, with me, I got hosting my boy Khalil.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
And I got my boy Dede.
Episode 31. Let's rock.
You know what I'm saying? Episode 31. Y'all heard it right. We are 31 episodes deep. Thank you for all that's been riding with us since episode 1. We really appreciate it. As y'all know, we're coming back with some more things to talk about, man. We got the NFL Week 11 as regular. We're going to break that down. We got the NBA. We got a lot of things to talk about with the NBA. And we got college football. And we definitely got to dive into that because there was a lot of things that happened over this last weekend. So, Day, take us off with our first topic.
Episode 31, let's get into it. You already know what we about to do. NFL Week 11. Let's recap some games. Let's talk about some stuff. First game we're going to talk about, San Francisco 49ers. They made another statement win as they defeated Tampa Bay Buccaneers 27-14. My question to y'all is, are there still any doubts about Brock Purdy?
I mean, doubts. I wouldn't really say doubts. I really don't know what to put. I would say no. I'm going to be honest with you. Then again, it wasn't playing the best team, but he had a really solid game, man. He had a really efficient game, 21 for 25, 333 and 3 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, that is a hell of a game for Brock Purdy to come back and actually put on the numbers.
Perfect.
After his last couple weeks, that's a hell of a game right there. And then it was great from the supporting cast, everybody around him. Christian McCaffrey does what Christian McCaffrey does. Brandon Ayuk had 158 for you. I mean, when your team comes around with you like that, I really don't think it's really not really more on Brock Purdy. I'm going to be honest with you. That offense doesn't really run through Brock Purdy. His team, his star players was hurt. He couldn't do it. We know that. So as long as the health stays up, I'm not really worried about Brock Purdy. I'm going to be honest with you.
You said the question was, is there still doubts on Brock Purdy?
That's a question.
Yes, there is.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Yes,
we already knew his answer. He didn't even have to answer.
Y'all know the answer, man.
We didn't learn anything. This is not our problem. I don't know why we keep diving back into that. Our problem is can Brock Purdy win a game? He can win football games. We've seen him win football games. The question is, can he win football games when he's behind, when everything is not going right, stuff like that? Can you win a game when it matters? That's what we really need to see from Brock Purdy. We've all seen him be a competent quarterback. Can he start in the NFL? Yes, that's not a question. But we haven't seen him. He don't have one career game-winning drive yet. When he needed the game-winning drives, he turned the football over. So that's all I got to go off of when it's time to, make the plays when the plays need to be made. Now, when everything's right, Debo's there, his team's healthy, Christian McCaffrey's running the football, Brandon Ayuk is being a number one receiver along with Debo. Yes, everything is fine. Everything's perfect. Brock Purdy is more than capable of winning you football games when everything is fine. It's when everything is not fine is when we have to see him win football games. And that question is not going to be answered right now. So, did I learn anything from this game? No. I had San Francisco winning this game. San Francisco was the better football team. They should have won this game, in my opinion. But like I said, it's when the rubber needs to reach the road, when it's close games, we need the plays to be made. That's when the questions are going to be answered. So until I see that happen, I still got my doubts about him.
I'm not going to lie. This isn't the first time we've seen a performance like this out of Brock Purdy in his career. He's done it multiple times last year. And this goes back to his stout team that he has. You got top 3 running back in the NFL. You got Debo Samuel. I mean, he can be better. He's good, though. He's good. Brandon Ayuk, he's coming into his own still. You got a top 5 tight end in George Kittle. You got one of the best O-lines in the league. And you have, in my opinion, the best defense in the league. I don't think it's the Browns anymore. I think it's the Niners. They jump back on top. You got the best defense league. He has everything you need around him. And then you got Kyle Shanahan, offensive mastermind, who just schemes everything up right for him. So, would I say, is there any doubts? No, I agree with Khalil. He can do this. We've seen him do this multiple times already. The verdict is can he win against teams when he's behind or when he doesn't have no help? That has yet to be proven. We see him fold in multiple games and look bad. So doubts, I wouldn't say like doubts about winning games. He can do that. But it's just him as a quarterback. That's the doubts I have is he actually a good quarterback? No, I think he's just a system player. He just gets the job done when needed, and he plays well with Shanahan's system. Kyle Shanahan has made Matt Ryan look good. He's made RG3 and Kirk Cousins look great. Like he's done it. This is not, come on. He's made Jimmy Garoppolo look great. I mean, he took him to Super Bowl and multiple NFC championships. So, like, what are we talking about here? I think Shanahan's just very quarterback friendly. But that's my opinion on Brock Purdy.
Hey, shout out Jair Brown, man. Y'all know he's from Trenton.
Yeah,
Them two from Trenton.
Shout out Tig.
I'm not from Trenton, you feel me? But I show a lot of love to Trenton. I spent my last couple years of high school out there. Shout out Jair Brown, man, getting that pick in that game, man. He's definitely the motivator from where he's from.
All right, let's get into the next one, man. AFC North matchup that occurred on Thursday night. We saw Baltimore Ravens defeat the Cincinnati Bengals 34-20. We had two horrible season-ending injuries for key players for the Bengals and for the Ravens, as Joe Burrow is out for the year with a wrist injury, not going to play for the rest of the year. Neither is Mark Andrews, as he also left with an ankle injury. My first question to y'all is, how are the Bengals going to move forward without Joe Burrow? And also answer this question, how will Baltimore look without Mark Andrews, Lamar's number one target?
Well, I'm going to start with your first answer with the Bengals. They're going to look pretty bad without Joe Burrow. I'm going to be honest with you. We all know their offense was the focal point of that team. We know Joe Burrow, he was just getting back in the rhythm. He was just getting back on where he was
looking
supposed
real
to
good.
be. Yeah, he started looking
really
great. That injury hurts a lot as far as moving forward. I'm going to be honest, with Joe Burrow moving forward, they had a pretty favorable schedule. Without Joe Burrow, it's not looking too good. I'm going to be honest with you. Only game I could see them actually squeezing through is maybe the Colts, and maybe Minnesota. But other than that, KC's a L, Pittsburgh's a L twice, if you ask me. Cleveland, most likely going to be a L. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not really looking really too good for them moving forward without Joe Burrow. I just think, at this point, start looking forward to next season. I mean, that's what you do. You start looking forward to next season. This game would have been a lot more competitive if he would have stayed in. But, injuries happen. It's a part of the game. You really can't coach for that type of stuff. On the Ravens, and that's another big shot. That's another big shot to them. Losing Mark Andrews, we all talked about it before the season. Mark Andrews is 100% a top 3 tight end in the game right now. His connection with Lamar, he mentioned it a couple games ago. Some things just go good together, and him and Lamar go good together. And I could agree with that, man. The numbers he put up has as consistent as he is catching the football. His blocking too is great. That's a big blow to your offense. Pause. But moving forward, I'm gonna be honest with you. I still think they can make noise moving forward. They're gonna have some tough ones with the last 4-game stretch with Jacksonville, San Francisco, Miami, and the end of the season with the Steelers. The Steelers is always gonna give them a run just because that's the division. And I mean, I really do think the Ravens are going to be looking a lot better moving forward than the Bengals. I'll tell you that.
Well, I'll start with the Bengals as well. As far as the Bengals, their season is over, without a doubt. They had a slim chance, even after winning this. They lost this game, and Joe Burrow was still healthy. They still had a slim chance to make the playoffs. Right now, they're in the 11th seed in the AFC. I don't see them climbing that. The division is very tough. Even though, the Browns only got DTR, Kenny Pickett hasn't been good at all this season, but they just been finding ways to win games. And then you got the Baltimore Ravens. They've been tops in the league so far this season. They're number 2 in the AFC. I had them as the best team in the division before the season even started. But yeah, this season is over for them. And I heard something that says you come limping into the season, you come limping out of the season. That's what's happening to Joe Burrow. He came in with the calf injury from day 2. He's just never seen a guy healthy. It was one thing after another, kind of with the Deshaun Watson. It was one thing after another. Next thing you know, you're out for the season. So it kind of sucks for them. They got to start looking for next season because Jake Brown is not going to be the answer for this season. I'll tell you that right now. So for them, it's just about, focus on next year. They probably going to lose T. Higgins. So they got a couple of things they need to worry about there as well with, that whole situation. And as far as the Ravens and the Mark Andrews situation, I did see a report that Mark Andrews do have a chance of coming back this year. So hopefully that will be good for them if they can get him back at some time. But we got to remember who Mark Andrews is. He's arguably top 3, top 5 tight end, however you want to look at him. But At the same time, he's also been Lamar Jackson's most reliable target since he came into the NFL. They came into the NFL together. They found connection since year one, and they've been rolling ever since. That's the guy. They run a lot through. Good thing is for Baltimore, their offense is starting to click. A lot of more guys are starting to get involved. The Odell, Zay Flowers, Rashawn Bateman, they all starting to get involved.
Right.
So they're not going to be as Mark Andrews centric as they've been in the past. So that's going to help them a lot. They still a team that can run the football with Lamar
Isaiah
Jackson.
Likely not bad too.
Yeah, I like Isaiah Likely too. He's a very
Isaiah Likely's not bad
option right now. You got Keaton Mitchell out the backfield, Justice Hill. So they have some very viable options. They have weapons on offense. So even though they're going to miss Mark Andrews, this offense can still keep they can still keep rolling the way they've been looking this past few weeks, figuring out that offense. They only get better. This is year one of the offense, so they're still finding out the kinks, what works, what don't work. Todd Monken is having that offense looking good. So I think they're in a good position. I'm not really worried about them. So I think the Ravens they'll be okay without Mark Andrews, especially if he comes back at some point.
I like how you brought up Keaton Mitchell too, bro. Keaton Mitchell,
Keaton Mitchell been balling.
He been balling. He needs more touches. Get that man the ball. Get that man the ball,
man. Kick it off to Cincinnati. Like we all said, their season's done, man. I mean, like Khalil said, Joe Burrow never been healthy this whole year. I mean, he started to get healthy with that calf injury, but it's just unfortunate he hurt his wrist. He's out for the year. And the Bengals, they started off really, really slow. They started to find their footing. Then they had a bad loss against Houston, and now they lost to Baltimore now. So it's like, what do they go from here? Just look forward to next year. I mean, Jake Browning, we know he's not the answer. I mean, last time he was the answer was when he was in college at Washington. Other than that, nah. I mean, Joe Mixon hasn't been looking the best this year. He's been looking really solid. But, I mean, you still got Chase. You still got T. Higgins. You still got Tyler Boyd. But Tyler Boyd's hand's been really iffy the last 2 years. Honestly, last 3 years. Because, I mean, he dropped one in the Super Bowl as well. That costed him the Super Bowl. But that defense for Cincinnati has always been sus. So, honestly, just chalk it up as an L this year. Take it into next year. But you do got to worry about losing T. Higgins. And the Bengals kind of already told him that they're not going to pay him what he wants. So, I think T. Higgins is out the door. That's just the Bengals. But for the Ravens, man, Mark Andrews, like we all said, he is a top 3 tight end without a doubt. He's Lamar's number one weapon. He's Lamar's safety blanket. But the Ravens are going to be fine. Like, the Ravens are really going to be fine, especially with that defense. That defense is straight. They give everybody fits. The Ravens' next handful of games are the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. You got the Rams coming into town. You got the Jaguars on Sunday Night Football. You got the Niners. You got the Dolphins. You got the Steelers. This is going to be a very tough schedule to the season. But the Ravens can get it done. They still can win this division. You got to worry about Cleveland winning games on their end. But if Lamar can keep his run game going and keep getting the receivers involved, like your Zay Flowers, like your Odell Beckham, who's come alive the last couple weeks, thank goodness, like your Rashad Bateman and everybody, Isaiah Likely, y'all mentioned him. Also, Keaton Mitchell, Gus Edwards, get them the ball still, like especially Keaton Mitchell. He's really come on for this Ravens offense. They can keep it going. But I'm honestly really not worried about the Ravens. But for the Bengals, that's just a huge blow, and they're done for the year. On to the next one, NFC West showdown. That had a very, very odd ending. The Seattle Seahawks lost to the Los Angeles Rams 17-16. And my question to y'all is, the Rams win this game or did Seattle actually lose this game?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It was 2 shit performances, bro. Like, what you laughing at? The hat?
My bad.
Start over, bro.
All right, go ahead.
When I started smirking, I started laughing.
I gotta bend the brim because that's what made me look like an old head when the brim get fat. Bro, when the brim get flat, bro, I look old as hell.
It's the long.
And then I don't got no cut, nothing. My facial hair.
It's a long sleeve undershirt.
And the long
sleeve. He look like he in the 90s for real.
He look like a bitch Kobe taking him to the game.
I'm in the garage,
like,
bro. It's cold. I'm in the garage. It's cold, bro. I'm gonna be honest. It was a bad game overall by both teams. This was this really wasn't an entertaining football game, bro. I'm gonna be honest, like missed shots, just punt after punt after punt after punt. Neither one of these teams really couldn't get anything going. You had to pick by Matt Stafford. He had a pretty shitty day. He only had about 180 yards throwing. Like, I mean, this really wasn't too good of a game regardless. I will say Seattle lost that game because they were the better team in general. Like, we know they was the better team. And they should have never even been in a dogfight with the Rams. I mean, it is a divisional game. Don't get me wrong. So they always going to give them a run for their money. But, yeah, bro, when you play the way you played, like, yeah, bro, this is what's going to happen. So, yeah, I would say that, yeah, they lost that game for themselves, bro. They didn't play good. And that's just a fact.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Seattle lost this game. I feel like they got pretty complacent. You could kind of feel it because the Rams could not get nothing going on offense pretty much for 3 quarters. Their offense looked very mundane, but their defense kept them in it. Bad thing was Gino did go down with an injury, and you insert Drew Lock in there. You try to be conservative. Next thing you know, you look up and they're taking the lead on you. They went touchdown. Drew Lock threw an interception. They go down, kick a field goal. They're up 17-16. It's like, all right, now we need to get Gino back here to, gain one and drive and save us. And granted, Gino did get you down the field and
He did. He
for
got him down there. He
And
got him down there.
And they missed.
You do have one of the best kickers with Jason Myers, so like that was definitely in his range. He just missed it. So like it's like I get it, but like y'all should never been in that situation. Y'all had control of this game going into the fourth quarter, especially a Rams team that looked like they couldn't get nothing going. Matt Stafford looked horrible. I didn't really see Puka Nacua or I know Cooper Kupp went out with an injury. Those they two big receivers. Like there was nothing really going on. Bruce Freeman did have a solid day on a ground rushing 17 for 73, but that offense just did not look good. But Seattle kept the door open for them, and Rams took the opportunity and stepped right through, and they got the dub. They closed it out late. So Seattle needs to be better. I don't know what it is about Seattle because Seattle on paper, and when you look at this team, they're so much better than
They're a really solid team. They're a really solid team.
You look at the weapons that they got and everything, they should be a lot better than what they have been performing.
Look at that offense, bro.
They've kind of been disappointing me a lot. The offense as well. Gino, he's been okay. He showed some flashes of some Jets, but he's also showed some flashes of last year, Gino. So, we just got to, we got to find a median in between them both. But Gino has to be better. That offense has to be better. The defense did keep him in this game, but you can only ask for so much. All you needed was 18 points to win this game. You couldn't give me 18 points. That's on the offense. You got to be better.
Seattle definitely lost this game, and it just goes back to I'm not gonna lie. Let me just say this right now. The Rams, they're not a good team overall, but again, they are a scrappy team. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. They are a scrappy team. They will fight, but Matt Stafford looked abysmal this whole year. Like, yes, Nacua and Kupp, they're getting their yards, but Stafford just looked bad as a quarterback. This team just looks bad, especially on the defensive side of football. They look horrible. But the Rams, they complete the season sweep against Seattle. I mean, they beat them in week 1. Now they beat them later down the stretch. And this could hurt Seattle's chances in the NFC, seeding wise. But we still got a couple more weeks of the season left. Regardless, though, bad loss by Seattle. Even when Gino was hurt, he got him down the field. He got him in field goal range. It just sucks that Jason Myers missed the field goal. But just like Dino said, man, this whole game was just bad by Seattle. They completely outmatched, and they look better than the Rams on all aspects of every group. And I don't know how they lost the game. Besides the missed field goal, Seattle should have ran away with this game. It wasn't even close, the talent-wise that Seattle and LA have. But this is just disappointing by Seattle. I see what Khalil's saying about the inconsistencies. They got to get it together because this could definitely impact them in the playoffs.
Yeah. As a receiver core, Seahawks has a better receiver core. They have a better defense. Only thing that was better that the Rams had was the quarterback, and he played like shit. So bro, come on, man, y'all gotta come out and get a win with that.
On to the next one, man. We got an AFC matchup. Miami Dolphins, they defeated the Las Vegas Raiders 20-13. My question to you is the Miami Dolphins, are they now a threat in the AFC now that they're fully healthy?
Threat in the AFC? I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think so. I mean, this game really didn't show us much. You could go ahead and look at the box score and look that, 2 or through 325. Yeah, you're going to throw 325 when you have them weapons on offense. I'm sorry. But if you look at some of the plays he made, couple drop picks that was easily in people's hands, the couple missed passes, pick he threw was terrible. I mean, bro.
I'm doing this.
Dude, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. You could look at the stats all day and try to stat watch and say, they're this. Bro, he did not play like he should have played, bro. Any other quarterback would have, bro. Any other quarterback that day would have put up more than 325 with the weapons they got, bro. He just missed a lot of shots and a lot of open receivers. I mean, if you ask me, and then the turnovers, bro. Let's talk about the turnovers for Miami in general, bro. They turned the ball over looking like teams looking like Minnesota, bro. Come on, man. This is supposed to be one of the best teams in the league right now. and they putting the ball on the floor. And I'm gonna be honest, they would have lost this game if Aiden O'Connell was a better quarterback. If he didn't throw 3 picks, they would have probably lost this game. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. They kept it too close. They should have destroyed this team. This is a mediocre defense that they playing against. If you ask me, the only player that they have on that defense that's really worth anything is Max Crosby, and they didn't even put up. They put up 20 points. And if you ask me, them 20 points came off of turnovers that you guys got. They didn't drive the field once. Like this wasn't a good team. This wasn't really a good win for me to sit there and say, yeah, this is a team that's a threat still. Like, nah, I'm not buying it.
I think this team is still a threat. When you look at what they have,
He loves Miami guys. I'm letting y'all know he loves the Miami Dolphins. I'm just letting y'all know, bro.
On his team, bro. He's standing on his
exactly.
team.
He got 3 different teams, guys: the Saints, the Cowboys, and the Dolphins.
All right,
we're for Christmas for a Secret Santa. We're all gonna get him 3 jerseys:
all right,
a Derek Carr jersey, a Dak Prescott jersey, and the Tua jersey. Y'all know he loved them 3 guys. Those 3 best quarterbacks. Come on, guys. Y'all know what's up.
So you're saying this team is not a threat? They're 7-3 at the end of the day. You know, this team is definitely a threat when you look at the weapons that they got on offense. Von A-Chain came back and went down back with an injury, so he's back out again. So I don't know how long that's going to be. But when you look at what they have on offense, Tyreek Hill is a cheat code. We seen what he did. He caught a little in route, 4 people around him, outran all of them, and touchdown. Like that's what the offense can do.
He was out.
You know, Tua and Jalen Waddle haven't really been on the same page that much this year. If they could get things going, that could be lethal as well. It really just came down to the turnovers. You know, they protect the football. This should be a blowout. Tua had 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and 1 interception. If he could protect the football, you know, they should have ran away with this game. I'm going to get my hats off to Antonio Pierce as well, having this Raiders team ready to play. Like this Raiders team the past 3 weeks have looked a lot better since they got
better.
They need to
got rid of Josh McDaniels.
They need to go ahead and just give him the head coaching job. They should have did it with Biotis. Don't make the same mistake this time around with Antonio Pierce. But when you look at what the Raiders did, I mean, you only gave the ball to Josh Jacobs 14 times on the ground and had your rookie quarterback drop back the pass 43 times. That's not going to get it done. You got to be better in that aspect. You got to lean on your superstars and stuff like that. But when you look at this Miami team as they're getting healthy, have we not seen Jalen Ramsey since he's been back? He's had 3 picks. He's been making plays. He's been balling. On with the other side with Xavier Howard as well. Like, don't get me wrong. Devontae is going to be Devontae. Devontae, he started off the game good, but later in that game, we couldn't find 17. And Devontae is one of the best receivers. But number 5 and number 25, like that's a lethal combo. You got Javon Holland in the backside too, who's been playing very well.
I just want to know who they beat that tells you that, bro. That's all. I just want to know who they beat that tells you that.
Look at this team and what they're capable of. When you look at the whole roster, this defense is getting healthy. The defense is starting to look a lot better. Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, Christian Wilkes up front, Javon Holland, Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard on the back end, and the quickness they can score. They just have to tighten up certain things. If they tighten up those certain things, they will be a contender. I think they are a contender. They just have to, tighten up a couple of things, like a lot of teams. I think every single team in the AFC right now has to tighten up a couple of things. Chiefs got to tighten up a couple of things within their pass game. Ravens got to tighten up a couple of things in their offense. Lamar has to stop putting the ball on the ground so much. Every team has their own flaws right now.
Jalen Hurts got to stop throwing picks.
Like every team got an issue.
True.
Well, I'm gonna let they
honestly, I wasn't disagreeing with you at all. I'm just giving you crap, Khalil. I know you love the Dolphins, man, and I'm not gonna lie. The Dolphins are a solid team.
Still got the Chiefs in the AFC at the end of the day.
I understand that, but if the Dolphins could beat a good team, then they'll be straight. But like they haven't, like Dino said, they haven't really beaten nobody good to say like I don't know. They're a threat, like definitely because they got Ramsey back. Ramsey been playing crazy. Yeah, him and 2-5 on the other side, like Khalil said, and Xavier Howard, they've been locking stuff up. And then Javon Holland, yes, Dino had him inside the top 10. At first, I thought it was ridiculous, but Javon Holland has been really impressive this year.
Told y'all.
He still got Christian Wilkins. You got Jalen Phillips on D-line and Bradley Chubb. So, like, this Dolphins team, they're healthy. And this offense, you know what they do? They got a track team. But A-Chain, he just went out with injury as well. But you still got Raheem Mostert in the backfield. He can run the ball pretty well. But it's just really depending on if Tua can stop turning the ball over, if Tua can stay healthy, and if they can beat a good team. Like, they have 7 wins, but none of those 7 wins are, like, verified wins. They're wins, but they aren't against good teams. So, like, and the next game is against the Jets on Friday, on Black Friday. But still, like, they should wipe the floor with the Jets. But they just struggle with the Las Vegas Raiders. And credit to Antonio Pierce for having these guys ready to play. But they let the Raiders hang it around in this game. And Aiden O'Connell had a horrible game, and they still only lost by 7. So the Dolphins can be a threat, but they got to clean up those things. Like I said, the turnovers on offense, which are bad turnovers. They have to beat turnovers on offense, beat a good team, and just let's just see if Tua can stay healthy. That's me.
My only question
on
is
paper,
this,
they have a very favorable schedule.
And they
Looking
do.
on paper.
Besides the Buffalo loss, what other loss was really bad? Like you would really say was a bad loss?
They should have beat the Eagles.
I didn't say it. I'm not saying that they lost. I'm not saying that
hurt.
they lost.
They was down 3 offensive linemen.
No,
they
didn't have a bad
loss.
Back. It's not that they had a bad loss. It's that, like, bro, you still got to beat good teams.
They haven't beat nobody good.
You know what I mean? Like, you still got to beat a team that's winning.
No, I completely get it. But like when we look at who they lost to, one, it's not like they lost to scrubs. 2, besides the Buffalo loss, the Chiefs loss wasn't that bad. The Eagles lost. They lost at Philly with the injured team. Like, yeah, they should have been better, but you know they were a very hurt team. Like they were down 2 starting corners. They were down 3 offensive linemen. Like they was down. They running back. Like they were down a lot of pieces. Jalen Waddle was hurt. So like I get it, but they still wasn't that terrible in that game either. But I get it though. They still need a meaningful win. They won't have another meaningful team to play till December 24th. So until then, like all I could go off is what we see.
Let's move on to the last game we'll talk about for the night. The Green Bay Packers, they defeated the Los Angeles Chargers 23-20. And my question to y'all is, should Brandon Staley finally be fired after that performance by his team?
Absolutely. Y'all know I gave y'all shit in the chat about, Justin Herbert and how he can't win games. And I always bring it up every time it's a late game and he doesn't get it done. But truth to be told, I said it a million times. I like Herbert. All right. I do. Lil says it all the time. His stats is top 5. Yes, they're top 5. He doesn't win games though. That's not all his fault. It's not. I'm just giving y'all shit. I mean, that's really what it is.
Can't catch the
I know
football,
for a fact it's
Quentin
not
Johnston.
all his fault. What happened?
I mean, he can't catch the football, Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, Quentin Johnson. That was Quentin Johnson.
That's also a fact. That would at least tied it up. They would at least had a chance to tie it up and go to OT. But, I mean, bro, he got to go, man. I'm sorry, bro. Defensive specialist, bro. Your defense hasn't been good since you got there. You have the best safety in the game. Are you serious? Like, bro, yeah, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to leave it on Brandon Staley. I'm sorry, bro. This is a good roster, man. It is a very good roster, especially offensively, what they could do offensively. The versatility they have on their offense is outmatched, and I feel like it's not being used to its full potential. Bro, they need to bring in somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you, especially with Brandon Staley. I haven't been a Brandon Staley fan since he got there. He's been doing questionable stuff since year 1. His qualifications for the job, I mean, Rams job, he was a Rams OC, I guess. But anyway, when you look at the team, you let Jordan Love go for 322 and 2 tutties on you. Jatavion Wicks went crazy with 91 yards. Who exactly? But I mean, Justin Herbert, like I said, he didn't have one of his best games, but he played a very solid game. He had 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and another 73 yards rushing on the ground, where Austin Eckler gave you 64 on 10 carries, and Joshua Kelly gave you 6 for 13. They should probably run the ball more. It was working for them. They probably should have ran it just a little bit more.
Exactly.
But even late in the game, Justin Herbert threw a dime to Quentin Johnston to put him in position to at least field goal position. It could have been a touchdown, but at least field goal position. But he's been very underwhelming all year. So, I really got nothing to say about him. He hasn't really done nothing all year, if you want to be honest. But this team has just been underperforming. And like you give up 23 points to Green Bay, who's been a struggling offense all year. Just Jordan Love is still trying to figure out. I like Jordan Love. He has some upside. He shows some things, but like he's still growing. That's a game that you got to win, and it just seems they always find a way to lose these close games. Every time the game get close, like if you're a Chargers fan, like I feel bad for y'all because honestly, the game is close. Like
I know y'all hate y'all lives.
You just know y'all are not.
Yeah, bro. I know a lot of Chargers fans, man, and they do.
I know a handful of them.
But like, yeah, they need a new head coach. They get an offensive guy something, but Brandon Staley is not the answer. He hasn't been an answer since year one, from my opinion.
Honestly, I'm with y'all on this one as well, man. Y'all know I never liked Brandon Staley either. I mean, his resume, he was just the Rams defensive coordinator. When he had a solid Rams defense, that's it. I mean, no, he should never been a head coach. Like, he should be a defensive coordinator still on somebody's team. I don't even know how. No, just get him fired. But I don't want him here. Get him fired. He's horrible for Justin Herbert and the Chargers. I mean, let's be real. Now, that loss was not on Justin Herbert yesterday. Quentin Johnston dropped the wide open dime down the field.
That was a dime.
He dropped it. That was a dime. And Justin Herbert, he's a great quarterback. So they're holding his team back, bro. Like, Staley's holding his team back. Kellen Moore hasn't been really that bad of a play caller this year. He's been really solid. It's just Brandon Staley, and he's a defensive specialist, but I mean, he lost Bosa yesterday. He's probably out for the year. That looked like a bad injury to his foot.
Yeah, he's going on IR.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you got one of the best safeties in the game. I mean, outside of Derwin James, they don't really have nothing else. I'm not gonna lie, but still, bro,
you still got Asante Samuel Jr., Khalil Mack been balling this year.
Oh, thank you.
Khalil Mack been balling all year.
He has been balling. I'm sorry, he got 11 sacks. Khalil Mack does have 11 sacks. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for saying that blasphemous statement. But this Chargers team just has looked out of sync, man. They're 4-6, bro, and they're last in the AFC West. The Denver Broncos are ahead of them. The Las Vegas Raiders are ahead of them. That's saying a lot. And the Broncos Raiders were slated for 3rd and 4th in the division, and now the Chargers going into week 12 are last. So Brandon Staley, I keep telling you all this, I'll say it again. Brandon Staley, by 2024, he would not be at Inglewood in Los Angeles no more at SoFi Stadium. He'll be booted.
Still the head coach at this point in the season, but
honestly, I can see him getting the boot real soon. People starting to make moves now. Moves are being made.
They say next week, I think he should be on the hottest seat of anybody right now.
If they lose next week, I think he's getting the boot.
For sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for NFL Week 11. Let us know in the comment section what y'all think about the recap we just did. Give us y'all opinions or thoughts about those games. If there's a game that we didn't cover that you want to hear about, leave it in the comment section below, and we'll get to that game as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the next topic of the night, Week 12 college football. We're going to give some games, talk about what we thought about those games. Let's get straight into it. SEC matchup. Georgia, they knocked off Tennessee by a score of 38-10.
It's another game that we see Georgia pretty much kicking up a little late. Tennessee came out there flying. They scored a touchdown on the first play of the game. And I'll never forget Lil put in the chat, yeah, they got a chance. Ever since he said that in the chat, they didn't have a single chance ever since then.
He jinxed them. He jinxed them.
I swear to God, bro, they didn't have a single chance ever since then. It was a beatdown since he put that in the chat, bro.
I have faith in you, boy.
It wasn't too much of a late start. I think it's something about Georgia and their defense going out there. And it seemed like the defense got to get punched in the mouth for them to get going. I'm going to be honest. That's what it's looking like with Georgia. But I don't really have much to say for Tennessee. They played, they showed what they could be that first play of the game, and then they didn't show nothing else. I'm going to be honest with you. They didn't really show nothing else. This was a complete beatdown. If you look at it, they got out-muscled, they got outplayed, they got outdogged, and that's what the Bulldogs do, man. I'm going to be honest. I got a question for y'all, too. After y'all give me y'all take. Y'all think Georgia can win out?
I'll give you my take first. Yeah, I mean, when you look at this Tennessee team, they had, besides that 75-yard run that they had to start the game, they had 202 yards of total offense, only 55 yards on the ground after that 75-yard run. Dennis's boy, Joe Milton, didn't really do too much. Only 100.
It's not my boy no more, bro. It's not my boy. Bro.
Nah. He only had 147
yards. I ain't standing on him no more. I don't care.
That defense showed up. That offense pretty much got whatever they want. Carson Beck had a very efficient game, 24 for 30, 298, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Dylan Burrell had to throw a passing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. But I mean, Georgia did what Georgia does. They went into Texas, rolled over a not so good football team, an overrated football team, and they showed them why they're the number one team in the nation as of right now. Rankings drop tomorrow, so we see what happens there. But it was a good, very solid win from Georgia. Georgia went into Knoxville and did what they had to do.
This is just complete dominance. Besides the first score on the board about Tennessee. Again, just like Dino said, Khalil was coming like they had a chance. I was like, nah, bro. Honestly, I'm gonna get right into Dino's question. I think Georgia can win out. I think Georgia's gonna win out. I mean, I think they are. I mean, we had some thoughts of teams probably knocking them off later this year, but I stood business. I stood on business when it came to Georgia. I was like, nah, they're gonna win these games. I mean, they're
I
good
know what
teams,
the
but
SEC championship matchup is.
yeah, it's gonna be Bama and Georgia. That's already cemented. So
Mhm.
I think Georgia wins that game too. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think Georgia's gonna win that game. It's gonna be a scrappy game as it always is. But Carson Beck has looked great the last 6 weeks of college football. This offense, they don't miss a beat, man. I'm excited to see what Georgia keeps doing, but they dominated Tennessee and Knoxville.
You look at this Georgia team, they have Georgia Tech next week. That's a wash. And then it comes down to the SEC championship. Not going to give my pick yet. I'll give my pick when the time comes. But they have a very good chance of winning out. You know, that Bama and Georgia game is going to be a very good game. I get my pick next week when we do that. But yeah, I think they have a chance of winning out.
All right, on to the next one. We got a Pac-12 showdown as Washington, they outlasted Oregon State 22-20.
By far worst offensive game we've seen by Washington all year. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, just sloppy play in general. The defense really held up for them. I say that. They really couldn't get too much going, but they held through. Like you said, bro, they held on late in the game. It was pretty much just it was a turnover battle at first, and then it was like a who's gonna get down the field first, who's gonna put up bro, this game went back and forth. I will give my hats off 100% to Oregon State. Man, they came out there and they played as they should. They capitalized when they needed to capitalize. They should have scored on a lot of plays, but they didn't.
Should have.
It was really just. I'm gonna be honest, bro. This was Washington's game to lose. Oregon State just didn't capitalize. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, bro, I'm with y'all, man. This is just a sloppy game by Washington. I mean, we seen worse from Washington earlier in the year when it was in some close games, and this is just another close one. I mean, thank goodness Odunze had 2 touchdown receptions, but DJ Uiagalelei, he just couldn't get it done, man. Those turnovers were very crucial. I mean, if it wasn't for Damian Martinez going crazy on the ground, who knows what this Oregon State offense would look like? But at the end of the day, Washington just kind of they hung on, and that defense really saved them, and they beat Oregon State. They handled their business.
My takeaway from this game, I'm not gonna lie, Michael Penix kind of hurt his Heisman chances in this game, given the fact of what Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels did. They had Bo Nix went for 6 touchdowns in the first half. Jaden Daniels went for 8 touchdowns in the whole game. He accounted for 8 touchdowns in the whole game. But when you look at Washington in this game, that offense, I give my props to Oregon State defense. That defense showed up in the second half. Washington couldn't get anything going within the second half. The issue with Oregon State is that they're not as talented as that Washington team. I think Washington team is a better team. So when you're faced like a talent deficit from that standpoint, you have to protect the football. DJ turned the ball over twice with 2 interceptions, and then you had 2 fumbles. One of them got lost. You recovered another one. But when you do stuff like that, that's going to hurt you from winning a big game. You need to protect the football more, and I think that's really what it came down to was the lack of protecting the football. You know, if Oregon State could have got started a little sooner, got a couple more things going on offense, you know, Oregon State could have had the upset. We could be talking about something completely different right now. But given the fact that they didn't, and you know, they cost themselves, you know, Washington's still alive. They're still pushing for the playoffs. So we're gonna see what happens in the coming weeks.
All right, moving on to the next matchup, SEC showdown. Missouri hung on for real, as they defeated Florida 33-31 with a game-winning field goal by Harrison Melvis.
Now, this was a hell of a game. I'm not going to lie. This was a pretty good one to watch. 2 SEC teams battling it out, man. You know they're going to give you the best of the best. Starting on Florida, man. Florida, they capitalized every time they needed to. That's what kept them in this game. I'm not going to lie. Every time they had a big play, every time they had a chance to do something, they capitalized. Yes, Graham Mertz threw the pick early in the game, but that really didn't seem like it mattered. They kept the juice high. It's not like they lost momentum at all. They just kept it going. Florida only went to halftime down by 1, and they still came out and they gave you a show in the second half, almost came away with the win. But Missouri, man, the way they was able to hold on to that on that last drive, bro, I'm going to give a lot of credit to the QB, a lot of credit to Luther Burden on that last couple plays, man. He made a big play on 4th down to get them in the field goal range. Man, I'm sorry, bro. This Missouri team, I've been talking about them all year, bro. This Missouri team is good, bro. I want to see. They have a lot of young players. I really just can't wait to see what they're gonna be in the upcoming years. Maybe this winning season and putting them top 10. And if they can end the season top 10 with a bowl win, that's gonna help their recruiting chances too. You know what I mean? Like kids want to go to schools that are winning. I'm gonna be honest. If you don't have a winning resume, a lot of times you're not gonna get them top recruits. And they're putting themselves in the top prime position. But kudos and a good pat on the back for Florida for fighting in that game. But y'all a couple years away from doing it, man.
On the side note, I ain't gonna cap. I love the way Isaiah Pacheco run a football. I wish they fed him more. But looking at this game, Florida is just one of them teams like you don't ever know with them, man. We've seen them be terrible
That's
this
true,
year.
man.
We've seen them be solid this year.
Solid this year.
Mizzou is a very good football team when you look at what they have. But Florida stayed in this game. They fought to the very end. Brady Cook had a nice game winning drive to get them down in field goal position to hit the field goal. And I think that's just the story of Florida. Like that's just been a story. They just not good enough to get it done when it really matters. Every time we watch them from game one against Utah till now, like they just never been good enough to get the job done when they needed to get it done. And I think Florida, honestly, they did a good job of staying in this game, especially it being on the road at Mizzou. Graham Mertz didn't have the best game, but they did run the football very well, 261 yards on the ground. Cody Schrader did his thing on the ground as well, 148. And Luther Burden, they couldn't stop him in the air with 158 on the air. But we already know what to expect from this Mizzou offense. It was just the fact that Florida even made it a close enough game in the second half to be in a position to win the game. But Mizzou, the better team overall, pulled it out in the end.
Right.
Missouri is a really, really good football team. I mean, they're ranked where they're ranked for this reason. Like, they've been a solid team all year. I mean, they only got 2 losses on the year. It's pretty evident why. We talk about Cody Schrader, we talk about Luther Bird and Theo Weeks, talk about all these guys. But Brady Cook has looked really, really solid this year. Let's give him his flowers,
no
please.
cap.
Because before the season, nobody would really talk about him. He's looked really good. And the fact that he fought back and put him on a game-winning drive to get that game-winning field goal, I mean, Florida, they fought to the end. Let's be real. They had a strong second half, but Missouri got to close that out better with a weak team like Florida. Florida is one of those inconsistent teams, just like Khalil said, but still, it's an SEC showdown. It's going to be like this sometimes. But Missouri just held on at the end. But at the end of the day, let's give Brady Cook his flowers, please. Like, Luther Burden is great. Theo Weeks is good. Cody Schrader is good. They have other weapons. Their defense has been really solid this year, but Brady Cook, it's really been mostly him, I'm not going to lie.
Can I be honest with you for a second? I don't know if this is going to be a hot take or not, but the SEC is overrated this year. I'm sorry. I had to say
I can agree with you. I can agree with you.
Somebody got to say it. The SEC has been very overrated this year. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. We're going to talk about it in the next podcast when the rankings drop and break down the rankings and everything else like that. But the SEC is overrated. I'm sorry. They're not the SEC of old.
Well, you think my prediction is that 2 Pac-12 teams
the best conference has been the Pac-12 all year. Yes,
it has been the Pac-12.
Pac-12 teams have losses. You know why they have losses? Because they're playing very good teams.
Good teams.
Every week.
They're very good teams.
Every week.
Pac-12 was phenomenal this year. Let's be real.
Easy schedule, but that's just my take. I just had to throw that out there real quick.
Yeah, fact.
You're not wrong. Let's get into the next one, man. Another Pac-12 matchup. It was a blowout by Arizona. They defeated the Utah Utes 42-18.
Man, just piggybacking off of what Lil just said, bro. This is the best conference in college football this year, and it shows right there. How many times did we talk about Arizona?
Not too much. Wasn't talking about them before the preseason either.
Arizona has been sneaky good all year, man. Look, they went out and routed Utah. You talking about Utah, the same team that got into a fight with Washington. It's the same Utah team that beat USC. This is the same Utah team that, Oregon did kind of smack them. But this is the same Utah team that's ranked 22nd in the nation. Bro, this is a good football team, and Arizona went out there and just completely obliterated them, bro. They went and got the block touch. They got the block punt first in the first drive of the game. Then they come back and they get another 2 touchdowns. Then they just keep running it up. Getting stops on defense. Bro, that defense is good, and that offense is looking great too. That goes into another question I'm gonna have for y'all after y'all take. But like I said, man, Arizona's been sneaky good all year. They're 8-3 right now. They're 3rd in the Pac-12, which is something that none of us could even predict. I'm pretty sure that shocked the whole nation. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're shocking the whole nation right now. Yeah. But in my eyes, they're the most underrated team in the nation. What do y'all think?
Yeah, they might be the most underrated team in the nation. I mean, you can argue Oregon State as well because they've been scrappy. This Arizona team did actually beat Oregon State. So, we're talking about a team that we was just raving about who was 8-2 going into the week, who just lost again. But They, like I said, just mentioned before, the Pac-12 is the best conference in the nation this year, in my personal opinion. The issue with them, like they kind of cannibalize themselves. When we looked at it at a point, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams was ranked. 9 teams was ranked at a point in time in the season until you start to play. At a point you got to play each other. You start to lose. That's what happens. But Arizona has been one of the more surprising teams this year when you look at what they've been in the past to what they've been now. So they've been very sneaky good. Don't I think they a couple pieces away from competing at a high level. They are going to the Big 12 next year, so we're going to see what they look like within the Big 12. But this is a very, very good dominator win against a very good Utah team, a Utah team that was back-to-back Pac-12 champions that gave a lot of teams fits all year. So very solid win by them.
Honestly, Arizona really caught everybody surprised. They darn sure caught me by surprise. Like the Arizona what? Who? What? They doing this? They are probably the most underrated team in the college football. I'm not gonna lie. They've been really good. They're ranked inside the top 20. I mean, after this win, they might bump up. It's like top 15.
They got to. They got to. They just routed them.
Yeah, they beat one of the best defense teams in the nation. Let's be real. But this is just a good win by Arizona. They going, again, like Dino and Khalil was saying, like we all were just saying, the Pac-12 has been the best conference in college football this year. Hopefully Arizona keep it up. They're looking at a really favorable bowl game. And who knows when last time Arizona actually had a really good bowl game. All in all, good win by Arizona. Keep it up.
I know Pacheco is killing y'all right now. I'm not going
to. Pacheco is killing 2 of my parlays right now, bro.
I like the way he run, bro. I don't know.
He's running hard. He runs angry.
He just running angry. Like,
bro, he run like a pit bull, bro.
That's what I'm saying. He's like,
Yeah, bro,
that's how a nigga is, bro. I'm like, damn, nigga, chill out, bro.
That's my Jersey boy right there.
All right, ACC matchup. Last game we're going to cover. North Carolina, they were ranked. They fell to unranked Clemson, 31-20.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. This hurt North Carolina bad, bro. This was not a good game by Drake May at all. This was a sloppy game by North Carolina. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was also a sloppy game by Clemson. They both play sloppy games. It just came down to who's gonna capitalize on what, and Clemson did what they had to do for the win. I mean, it really wasn't much to even show after that, bro. Like, I thought North Carolina was gonna come in there and actually, punch Clemson in the mouth. They haven't really beat Clemson too many times in recent history. I'm thinking like, yeah, this is actually a North Carolina team that could beat them. No, didn't happen. They came in there and they laid the egg. And I mean, when you play like that, you turn the ball over like that. I mean, them 3 and outs, the constant punts, just not getting nothing going. That's what's gonna happen. I mean, big day by Clemson, big day by Will Shipley though. I love to see that. He's been pretty quiet this year, but I think Will Shipley is still good, bro.
I mean, I've been saying this all year. I've been saying this preseason. Drake May is not that guy. He's not that guy. I don't think he's the second best player in the draft. I don't think he's the second best quarterback. You know what? Go ahead. Whatever team drafts him, you're gonna be looking just like how the Jets looking right now when they drafted Zach Wilson. I'm telling you that right now. I'm calling it early.
That's a great comparison.
I'm not told. He went 16 for 36. That's a 44.4% completion percentage for 209, a touchdown, and interception against Clemson. Clemson has been struggling all year. Yes, they turned it on late, but it's not like Clemson was world beaters. It's not like he's playing Georgia. It's not like he's playing Oregon. It's not like he's playing one of the Notre Dame top defense, Ohio State. No, he's playing Clemson. They've been underwhelming all year. Yes, they do have some very solid pieces. But when I watch Drake May, nothing like pops off the screen. He has not popped off the screen. Yes, he's made some good throws, everything like that. He's good. But I don't think he's better than Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Michael Penix. He just have not shown me as much as those guys. Shoot, even JJ McCarthy has shown me a lot of growth this year. I just don't see it in Drake May. Like, I don't know what everybody else see, but I'm not in on it.
Why is Drake May 6'4" but look like he 5'9"?
Bro, he looked like he built like Baker.
Bro, yeah,
he looked like Baker Mayfield.
Bro. He's really 6'4". I really did not believe that till I looked it up. I was like, oh, this guy's 6'4", bro. He looks like he's Khalil's height.
Get the fuck out. Maybe Daywan height.
I'm taller than you. I'm like the same height as you, bro. Come on.
Yeah, all right.
Bro, I'm 5'10".
I'm 6 foot.
You wish you want to be 6 foot
We
so
got a
bad,
picture
bro.
together. All right.
He's
Nah,
5'11", bro. He want to be 6 foot so bad.
that's what I just said, bro. Nah, but honestly, this game did hurt Drake May's stock for real. Honestly, I had him as like a Heisman finalist, not as a finalist. Like had him in top 5 of Heisman before the season started, and he's dropped out of that. Obviously, his play has been too eye popping, like Khalil said. He just got to be better. But this is a very underwhelming Clemson team that you just lost to. You fell to them. Like, no, you should have won this game. Again, Clemson they have been finding their footing lately. They have 4 losses, but they've been finding their footing lately. And hopefully Dabo Sweeney, he getting boys ready to play, he getting them right. But regardless, though, this is just a bad loss by UNC. They're definitely gonna drop out outside the top 25. But Drake May gotta be better. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for college football week 12. Let us know in the comment section what y'all think about our recap of those games. If there's any games that we didn't cover that you wanted to talk about, leave that in the comment section. We'll go over those as well. But give us y'all thoughts and opinions about week 12 as a whole. Sticking with college football, though, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Jordan Travis, man. The man was balling out of control for Florida State. In my opinion, he was a Heisman dark horse. He had a very gruesome leg injury that will end his Florida State career. And my question to you guys is, how does Jordan Travis's gruesome leg injury affect Florida State moving forward for the rest of the year?
I ain't gonna cap. So I work. I live in Florida. My boss is a Florida State fan. 2 of my closest coworkers that I'm cool with, they're Florida State fans. And I had to let them know today. They're done. I'm sorry.
Over with.
It's over with. It's over with. One, I wasn't sold on Florida State to begin with. I don't think they should have been ranked 4th. I think they should have been ranked 5. I think Washington has just been a little bit better than Florida State has, and I think they have more quality wins than Florida State at this point. But given what they are right now, number 4, a lot of that was because of Jordan Travis. But this team just does not feel like, a playoff team. When you look at the teams that's out there, when you look at even now, let's not even talk about the top 3 teams right now. But when you look at Washington, Oregon, Bama, Texas, like I feel like they have not looked as good as those teams. They don't have as many quality wins as those teams either. But they are undefeated, so I have to put the respect on them. But they do have a big matchup this week with the Florida versus Florida State. That's a rivalry. I don't need to speak about. If you live in Florida, you know all about it. And then you got the ACC championship against Louisville. I don't see them being 2-0 leaving after that. They're going to lose one of them games. And if they lose one of them games, they're out, in my personal opinion. So we're going to see what happens there. But I think their season is over.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, y'all. I was just watching my Eagles get ticked apart by Pat Mahomes in final seconds of the first half. But yeah, man, I'm right there with you, bro. It's over with for them, man. Jordan Travis was, I'm gonna be honest, if not, Keon Coleman was the best player on this offense. Trey Benson, I like him, bro, but he has not been doing what I thought he was gonna do this year. I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro. He has not produced the way I really thought he was. But Jordan Travis, man, that's a huge hit. It's over with. Y'all had a shot at the playoffs. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, bro. We're going to give our predictions next week on Rivalry Week. We got to talk about a lot of those, man. It's going to be a lot of rivalry games. But it's looking shaky versus Florida, bro. I'm sorry. They come out to play against Florida State every single year. It don't matter what it does not matter what Florida's record is. I promise that week 12 game, they are coming out to play every trip.
They are.
Every trip. So
True.
I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro. That's tough, man. I don't even know, bro. Are they even still? Would you even still consider them as a playoff team? Losing Jordan Travis and they win out. If they go ahead and beat Florida, are they still a playoff team? Because we know they're not gonna be able to compete top 4 without Jordan Travis. So I mean, does the committee look at that and say, yeah, bro, it's done for this team? Or like what? Like I wonder what's really gonna go through their minds. Because I'm sorry, bro. If you put Florida State in that top 4, they're gonna get smacked first round by whoever's in that top 4, whoever's that number 1. So I mean, like, what do you even look at with this team? It's kind of tricky with this.
I can't trust Tate Rodemaker to lead his team to the college football playoff. And you bring up their talent on offense. Yes, they're really good, but it's just a quarterback that worries me. I can't, dude. I can't trust Florida State. I don't think they're going to make the college football playoff. I think they're done. I think there's possibly that they probably lose this game against Florida next game. I mean, like y'all said, this game is a rivalry. They're going to take it very, very seriously. But still, at the end of the day, I just don't see Florida State getting in there. I don't see Florida State getting into the playoffs. I feel like they're going to lose either 1 or 2 games down the stretch. I don't think they beat Louisville in the ACC championship as well. But that's just my opinion. But again, praise up to Jordan Travis. Again, he's been playing lights out this year. He's been playing phenomenal. That was a really gruesome injury to watch. If y'all want to look it up and watch it, go ahead and watch that. But hopefully he gets better. Hopefully he'll be good enough to be declared for the 2024 NFL draft. But obviously it's going to take a while for him to heal. So probably his whole rookie year, he'll probably sit out. But ladies and gentlemen, give us y'all thoughts and opinions on the Jordan Travis injury and how it affects Florida State moving forward. Let us know in the comment section what y'all think about that. Do y'all think Florida State actually gets a chance to continue to make the college football playoff, or do you think they're done for? All right, moving on to the NBA. Let's get into it, man. We're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors have been really bad lately. They're on a 6-game losing streak, and no one knows who to point the fingers at. My question to you guys, is the Golden State Warriors window actually closing sooner than we think? I mean, this come off a team that just won a championship 2 seasons ago, but do you really think that window is closing for the Warriors?
Personally, yes, I think so. I think it's been closing for a while. And I say a while, I mean the past 2 years, given that they won a championship, a couple years ago. But, Shea went out there, gave him a 40 ball on their head. Nobody could stop him. I think Shea is a top 10 player. He's been playing like a top 10 player. He's been balling this year. He's been one of those players that, taking that next step, being able to score all over the floor. But when you look at this Warriors team, besides Steph Curry, who do you have to score the basketball that you can really rely on? Because when I look at this team, Klay Thompson has been very inconsistent this year. Draymond Green is suspended for 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not about to get into the whole Draymond Green conversation.
Oh my God!
Better not. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not doing that right now.
Nelson.
Don't do that.
We could talk about that another time. But Chris Paul, I mean, his best days are behind him. His best attribute is being a playmaker for everybody else. Andrew Wiggins been hit or miss from the 3 so far. He was their best player a couple nights ago when they lost to the Thunder. But there's just not much on this team to be proud of, to build around that. Like, I can think of when you look at this team besides Steph Curry. And Steph Curry is just not enough to get it done, especially in that vaunted West. West has been very good this year. When you look at the teams they've been balling this year. The Kings, the Nuggets, the Lakers are sneaky. The Rockets have improved a lot. Thunder has been a team to look out for. There's just been a lot of teams out there, and this is not, no slouch of a conference. It's never been a slouch of a conference, but it's really not no slouch of a conference when you look at the teams and the players that have been balling this year. So they have a lot of work to do if they're even going to be a contender, which I don't think. I didn't have them being a contender going into the season. I don't think they're a contender now, in my personal opinion. So, I mean, the Warriors are in trouble. It's the end of the road for them, in my personal opinion.
Khalil, I'm 100% right with you. Despite that they won the championship 2 years ago against a very young Celtics team, they honestly just folded. Boston folded in that championship in 2021. But still, it's like, what is going on with the Warriors? Like, this is the worst we've seen them in a while, besides all the bad injuries that they have in the past. You already know I don't like Draymond. I don't care. It's passion for the game. It's not passion. It's just ridiculousness at this point. The man is in his mid-30s and he's acting like a clown out there. And Steve Kerr just continues to defend him. I'm happy the NBA is finding this man and suspending him. It should have been more than 5 games for putting Rudy Gobert in a headlock. But at the end of the day, the Warriors just got to be better. This is bad. I mean, 6 straight. I mean, it's going to happen in the NBA. Stuff like this can happen, but we've seen worse. But this is surprising for the Warriors. And I think their window is kind of closing. Outside of Steph Curry, who do they have? Klay Thompson has been very underwhelming. And y'all both said he was top 10. Y'all was advocating him before the season started. So where's Klay Thompson? No, stop. What are you advocating for? He has been very disappointing this year. Stop it. And then Chris Paul, he's just a playmaker. He's just good at passing the ball. He's been nothing great at all. He's been like just decent. I think something's wrong with their starting lineup as well. I never thought it was going to be effective. I mean, we all talked about this before the season started when they acquired Chris Paul. Like, that lineup is no. This Warriors team, besides Curry, they have nothing going for themselves. I'm just disappointed in them. I'm disappointed in everybody. But again, got Klay and Draymond that they top 10. I told y'all too that they weren't top 10. But hey, what do I know?
I mean, I'm right there with y'all, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. This team has a lot of no names other than their star players. I'm gonna be honest. Their bench is an issue. You want to look at people to point a finger at. I'm pointing a finger at the front office, bro. Y'all could have made a lot more moves this offseason, but y'all brought in Chris Paul. That was the best move y'all made this offseason, was bringing in Chris freaking Paul. What did that do for y'all team overall? Y'all got leaders. Y'all got playmakers. Y'all have the best point guard in history. What did you bring in another point guard for? Yes, best point guard in history. I stand on that.
He's the best point guard of all time.
All
he is.
10.
Curry is the best point guard of all time,
10.
bro. Not gonna
All
lie,
10.
bro.
Yes, all 10. Like I said, bro.
He is, bro.
Best point guard in history. Don't play. Don't play with that man. Don't play with that man. Don't play with that man.
Stop.
I can't disrespect Magic like
Best
that.
point guard in history, bro.
Only got
Best point guard in history, bro. But yeah, man, like I was saying, bro, it's just every team has a clock, bro. Age is a thing. Every team has a clock, and it's just running out for them, man. This is a team, like I said, they need to bring in some more firepower around Steph Curry. Like I just said, man, it's a clock. This is still time. You don't get it back. You're getting older, and you're not going to get any younger. And a lot of these players are getting older. Yes, maybe Clay is washed up now. Yes, maybe. Well, Draymond been washed up for the last 2 years. I don't care what nobody says.
Draymond ass.
but man, yeah, I'm agreeing with both y'all, bro. They are losing. They losing their touch, and it's not gonna look too good for them.
Ever since Draymond did what he did to LeBron, Draymond been having it out for him. You know, Draymond don't play about Bron.
I respect Draymond defense. Listen, don't come at LeBron James. Y'all come at LeBron, y'all gotta have a problem with me, bro. I'm playing that right now, bro. For sure. But hey, LeBron is the GOAT. But we're not getting into that conversation. But I'm just saying, bro, like, I respect Draymond's defense back then. Like, he made a ton of all NBA defense teams, but bro, I don't know. Stop defending his passion for the game. He just plays like a wild animal. Like, bro, he's not classy, he's not professional, he's disrespectful, he looks like a donkey, he can't shoot, he does nothing offensively. I mean, I don't know, bro. Draymond's trash, bro. I'm done. I'm cool over Draymond for real. But let us know in the comment section what y'all think about the Golden State Warriors. Is their window really winding out? Is their clock ticking faster than we thought it was? What y'all think about the Warriors? How can they improve? Let us know what y'all think about the Golden State Warriors in the comment section. Leave that all below. All right, moving on to the last topic of the night. We're going to talk about two players in particular. Let's talk about Zach LaVine and Anthony Davis. With Zach LaVine, he's definitely voiced out that he wants to be traded from Chicago Bulls. Everything there in Chicago has now been peaches and cream. So my first question to y'all is, what do y'all think Zach LaVine is going to end up? Honestly, Zach LaVine, there's three teams that's interested in him right now. The Lakers, Sixers, and Miami. I mean, this guy has previous knee troubles. He's 28 years old. He's owed $40 million this year. And he's owed almost $90 million over the next 2 years. And then if he picks up his player option come 2026, he's going to be owed $49 million. So who knows what team wants to bring all that cap casualties on. But in my opinion, I feel like Lakers could really use Zach LaVine. Outside of LeBron and AD, what else do they have? I mean, Christian Wood hasn't been who he thought he was going to be. Neither has Austin Reeves. And I had him as the most improved player coming into this year. That was my award prediction.
Didn't he get hurt again?
He got moved to the bench.
Yeah, he got moved to the bench.
I thought he got hurt.
Cam Reddish has been balling. I like Cam Reddish.
Yeah, they put Cam Reddish in the starting lineup. But this is my thing. Like, bro, the Lakers just need help. Besides LeBron AD, they don't have nobody. So, honestly, if I'm the Lakers, if LeBron want to be the GM and start running stuff, go get Zach LaVine. Trade whoever you don't want there, LeBron. Go get Zach LaVine. I feel like Zach LaVine.
GM is hilarious.
GM, bro. I feel like Zach LaVine will be a good third option in LA. But I mean, who knows? Sometimes Zach LaVine might have to be option number one, depending on LeBron's health, or if he wants to sit out, or AD's health, if he wants to sit out. He might be option 1, 2, or 3. But either way, I feel like Zach LaVine needs another fresh start again in his career. Lakers go get him.
I'm honestly say the same thing, bro. Like, I feel like there's a team that should go get him. All three of the teams that's looking to get him can really use him. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like he's really gonna be a game changer on all three teams. I mean, if he gets picked up by the 76ers, him and Embiid, bro, that's gonna be a dangerous too. On top of if he was to go to Miami and what Miami already got established there, I feel like that would probably be his worst matchup to go to, only because Miami is more of a team where I feel like they're more kind of community centered. They're with their team. That team done played together for a couple years. They know their roles and everything. I'm gonna be honest, bringing in new players other than Dame. I knew Dame wanted to go there, but there wasn't a lot of conversation with that. other than that, bro, bringing in new players is gonna be tough, bro, because you got a team that knows their roles, and it's hard for another player, especially a star caliber, to come in there and say that he's just gonna be, go into his role and everything. But we never know. I do feel like the best matchup would be for the Lakers. Like you said, bro, if LeBron wants to play Love GM, he should go ahead and grab him, bro. Go ahead and get that man. He will come there and compliment a lot of the stuff that y'all do there. I mean, we're going to talk about AD in a second, so I ain't even going to get on him, but I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to get on AD in a second, though.
But yeah, I mean, when you talk about Zach LaVine, yeah, he needs to go to a contender. I feel like him and DeRozan both need to go to the contender. DeRozan as well. He been
Definitely DeRozan. Definitely DeRozan.
A lot of people wrote DeRozan off too. He's been hooping too. I feel like they both need to go somewhere when you look at the landscape. But they're two players that can be very good players for championship basketball teams. When you look at what they've been doing, they've been producing. I don't know how the Bulls just can't figure out how to win games when you got DeRozan, LaVine, Vucevic. I know Lonzo been dealing with knee injuries for the past couple of years. I really hope he can get back. But I love when they first put that team together. I thought they could. I didn't think there was a championship team, but I thought there was a team that could make some noise, and they just have been very.
We all did.
Moment. And Chicago been in a rebuild since D Rose got his knee injuries, and it's time to go.
But that's over 10 years.
It's true.
It's time to go back into another rebuild, honestly, because it's just not been good for them. They haven't really been hitting on the draft picks. Patrick Williams, Kobe White. Don't get me wrong; they're solid players, but they're not the players that they should be for where they've been drafted. So it's time to clear house. I think Lakers is a good spot to go and get Zach LaVine. We're going to talk about the whole Lakers situation in a minute, so I'm not going to jump into it. But I think Zach LaVine to the Lakers is the best chance right now.
Hey, that's 3 for 3. We all on the same page. Now let's hop into the Lakers, man. Let's talk about Anthony Davis. Man, he's I don't even know what to say about AD. Let me just throw the question out there. How y'all feel about AD's play so far this year? Like, what are y'all thoughts or opinions about it? And what should Lakers do moving forward with Anthony Davis? AD, in my opinion, too inconsistent. I mean, he's had his flashes of having high-scoring games with the rebounds as well. But can we just throw this narrative away that this is AD's team and that LeBron's nothing without AD? That's completely false. AD is just too inconsistent. You got LeBron in year 21, but he's 39 years old in December, and he still put up numbers to keep this team afloat. That's bad. LeBron should be option number 2 right now. AD needs to step up and stay healthy. He definitely needs consistency issues. They're nerve-wracking for me. And, AD should be a top 5 player. He should be, but he's not. He has to be better. And I'm tired of all the AD Laker fans. Oh, this AD team, especially my boy O'Neal. My boy O'Neal defends AD like it's crazy. I don't know where he's getting this AD love fest for it, but he needs to get rid of it. I don't know. I really don't know what AD. I just, and what Lakers should do moving forward with him, bro, get rid of him. Send him somewhere else. Like, I'm tired of him being in the purple and gold, making the Lakers look bad. They did not win that ring because of him in 2020. They did not go to the Western Conference Finals last year because of him. No, I'm not giving him no credit. I mean, he's a great player. He just has inconsistency issues, and he just can't stay healthy. But that's just my narrative on AD. I'm tired of AD. I'm not gonna lie.
What are you doing with these minutes? You're paying 35 minutes a game, bro. What are you doing with these minutes, bro? Like, I don't get it. I really don't. I'm so sick and tired of AD, bro. You're making me sick that I put you top 2. You're really making me sick right now, bro. Like, are you serious? How hard is it to be at least a little consistent, bro? Like, the only thing I can say he's probably consistent with is getting boards. Don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, he's a board crasher, bro. He averages 11 boards a game. That's something that you need, yeah. But, bro, it's either you want to score the basketball or you're not. If you're not going to score the basketball, pass it. That's it. Do not take 20 shots a game if you're not going to score the basketball, bro. Like, come on, man. I really just don't like what I'm seeing, bro. This is going to be the reason why you lose games. You're the second best player on this team. You got to come out there and play. Like, yeah. I don't get it. Everybody and their moms know what you're capable of, but it seems like you don't want to live up to that.
Can't put it together.
Bro, it pisses me off when you watch and see some of the stuff that he could be doing, and then the limping and all this other stuff after you don't make a play or you get fouled a little too hard. You want to act like you just broke your hand. Like, come on, bro. Just man it up and play, dog. That's it.
I put it simply like this. AD just doesn't have it. And when I say that
Facts.
and when I say that go watch Giannis play. Go watch Luka play. Go watch Jokic play.
They have it. He
Embiid.
doesn't.
Go watch Bron
Embiid.
play at some time. They it's that killer instinct. He just doesn't have it. There's no way why LeBron James in year 2021 about to be what is he about to be 39 in a few weeks? It's still your best player, bro. This he's supposed to pass the torch to AD. He's been trying to pass it. He's been putting it out there, but AD just runs away from it. Like AD's been horrible. When you look at it, he gets outplayed by Domantas Sabonis. You're supposed to be 10 times better than Domantas Sabonis, but they play harder than you. You scored 9 points and 9 rebounds against Sabonis. You had Sabonis out there looking like Jokic in the finals last year when Jokic was killing. Like, it's bad. Like, and it kind of pisses me off for LeBron too, because LeBron shouldn't have to be out here getting 30-point triple doubles just to get a win in the game. Like, it shouldn't have to be like that.
Yeah, bro.
But it is, because why is it so much on LeBron? And like, I get it, LeBron has been playing good, but that's not gonna, like, he's 39, he's in year 21. You expect him to give you this all season and
all time? That's what I'm saying.
That in the postseason as well, bro. He's looking at, I need help me. But AD is just not that guy. I mean, my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. I wouldn't be mad if the Lakers moved off him. Honestly, I don't think LeBron's going to sign off on it. But god damn, bro, you got to get him some help. There's no reason why in year 21 LeBron James is still the best player on your team. When you talk about Anthony Davis, who have generational talent, given his size and ability, his skill, but he just doesn't have that dog in him. He's just not a dog. When you look at it, bro, he's just not built like that. He's not cut that way. And that's going to be a problem for this Lakers team when it comes late into the season. Hopefully LeBron stay healthy. But at the end of the day, LeBron has been having injuries, nicks and bruises, and they've been trying to limit LeBron minutes. LeBron is averaging 34 minutes a game. You need that more around 30, but you can't because nobody else is picking it up. Yeah, we could talk about the Austin Reeves and stuff like that. But you need your star player, your all NBA player to pick it up. And he's just haven't been good enough. There's no reason why you should ever register single digits in the game. There's no reason you should have at least 20 plus every single game, without a doubt. Given you're 6'10", can score the basketball from anywhere. So
honestly,
why are you shooting the ball more times than you have points?
I feel bad for LeBron.
Like,
hopefully they could get him some help, but man, they need, bro. AD needs better.
Yeah, shot the ball 20 times and gave you 16 points. Are you serious?
Like, AD for y'all though.
He gave you 9. He gave you 9 points against the Kings. Against the 3 for 9.
Well, come on, bro.
You should never even shoot the ball single digit times. That's just not being assertive. Be aggressive. Be assertive. But
yeah, 100%.
I mean, I digress. I'll rest my case on that one.
For sure. But ladies and gentlemen, let us know what y'all think about those two topics, man, for the NBA. Zach LaVine and AD. First question, do y'all think Zach LaVine is going to go? He requested trade out of Chicago. Let us know in the comment section what y'all think he's going to go to. And also, give us y'all thoughts and opinions about Anthony Davis so far this year. Season really just started earlier. Like, it hasn't been too long of a season yet. And the fact that we got these thoughts about AD, there's a lot of concerns. But let us know in the comment section what y'all think about that. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Before the Horn podcast, episode 31. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Put this video out there. Share it. Tell all your friends about it. Tell everybody about it. Keep running these numbers up. We're going to keep putting this content out there for you guys.
And as y'all know, man, for as little as $2 a month, you guys can do your part in supporting us by joining our Patreon. We are regular guys, man. We not no YouTube millionaires and nothing like that. We just doing what we love on our free time to bring it to y'all. And Patreon is the best way for you guys to help us out and support us. Especially, it goes a long way. Trust me, it really does. And then on top of that, Patreon is the best way for you to get other features with us as far as speak with us personally. That's the best way to talk with us personally. You want to argue, you want to talk, you want to give us your takes, you want to give us suggestions. You could, man. All of that could be done on our Patreon. That's the best way to do it. On top of that, we got some shirts and some hats in the making. They're going to be in the works, and they're going to be dropping real soon. So if you want any type of discounts or free merch, Patreon is the best way to go. But as always, we do appreciate every bit of support that we get.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And PSA, We'll be dropping an episode on Thanksgiving this week, not Friday. It will be coming out on Thursday, so definitely be on the lookout for that. You can stay tapped in with everything we got going on our Instagram at Before the Horn Podcast, TikTok and Twitter at Before the Horn Pod. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Keep showing love. We appreciate the support. We're going to be having some more guests on soon, so definitely be on the lookout for that. If you want to be a guest, you feel like you could talk sports with us on here, be sure to DM us. We're definitely willing to have more people on here to hear y'all opinions as well. I think we all up here can argue, especially if y'all want to argue with us. So, let's do it. But, keep showing love, keep showing support. We appreciate all the love we've been getting so far.
And like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in Before the Horn Podcast, episode 31. Also, make sure you guys follow us on our personal Instagrams. They are on the screen as well as in the description box. We shall see y'all on Thanksgiving Day. Take care. Thank y'all for tuning in.